Happy Friday! Are you ready for the best show ever?
Ever.
Welcome to Date Night with Connie and Chrissy. I'm your host, Connie Enriquez, with my crazy co-host,
Crazy Chrissy Bug.
Yeah.
I love the new fireplace that we got.
I love it too.
And our other Christmas trees.
I know, but you kind of feel far away.
Yeah, I don't like it. You're too far away from me.
But it's better than the jungle that was usually behind us.
I agree with you on that.
So
I agree with you on that.
Christmas
We have a nice poinsettia.
Next to Tito's.
Next to good old Tito.
Next to our bar.
He should be our sponsor.
He should be.
And he will be.
He is.
For Long Island News Radio.
Exactly.
Speaking of that.
Yes.
We had our show, our second show.
First of all, I just want to say having a radio show is so much fun. Not that I don't love this show, because I do, but to actually go and not care what you not care what you look like.
But you looked good. What do you mean? You were dressed up.
I know, but it's just so different.
I know.
I loved it. We had a blast.
We had Frank on. Shout out to Frank Vitro.
We had, Frank Vitro, who was a principal from Hampton Bays that got in a little bit of trouble.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, not too bad.
But let's plug him nicely.
But he was a super addition to our show.
He really was. Even my mom said the show was amazing because of him. Yep. Nice guy.
Him,
really nice guy.
Because of us, and he was just a great addition. Hold on, killer. So, and then we had the amazing David Levenstein, who is our awesome host on 103.9 Long Island News Radio. So you can catch us every Tuesday night.
He has a lot of horrible dating stories.
He does.
But now he's in a relationship. But,
with a
previously he had
a cool chick. But every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on 103.9 if you're Eastern Long Island. If not, you can find us on the web at longislandnewsradio.com, and you can actually listen.
What is it, from Comac to Montauk?
Comac to Montauk, yep.
Yep. You can listen to us
live. And you can listen live. So, Vic, you can pull up the pictures in the event you haven't, and you may have, for the first one. Yep.
I love it.
There you go. Perfect. That was us in studio.
Let me see. Is it good? You didn't even run it by me.
Put your glasses on.
Oh, wait, that's our old one. I've seen that one before.
Come on.
But David took a new one of us.
Oh, we see a pop-up window of some sort.
All
Get rid of that stuff. Yep. And then, there we go.
That's our old
picture.
one.
Yep.
That's our old picture.
And then we have the picture from last show. Next. There we are.
There's Frank. Shout out to Frank Vitro.
And David Levenstein.
He gave us a shout out on his radio show. Thank you, Frank. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
Great guy. Nice guy.
And now on to... Oh, that's the outside of the studio.
Oh, you did it? Oh, you put it up there? I love it.
Yeah, because it's actually in MacArthur Airport, nice in New York. Which is
I know, I love it. When people coming off, they're watching.
Well, it's funny, because when we do our show, people come out on the outside of the box and they stare at us.
They're like, oh, who are they? I want to get in on that conversation. Do you really? I don't think so.
No, I think so.
We're going to torture you with dating advice. Do you really want to be in on that?
Dating and relationship advice, exactly.
So we weren't here for Thanksgiving.
No, but dude, what'd you do?
I was at my sister's. She did her first turkey. I have a picture of that.
I saw the turkey, and I was I'm like starving right now.
That my dad helped her do.
So, Vic, you can pick up the thanks.
My sister did a great job.
Yeah.
She made the table look beautiful.
No, not those. Those are Jets pictures.
Ah, those are the Jets.
No, not that one either.
Thanksgiving.
No, it's the one with the turkey. No, not that one either.
She has red hair and glasses. She has red hair.
we already skipped to my Thanksgiving.
All right, so we'll do you and Jeff. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So we had a great Thanksgiving.
What'd you guys do?
We went to my parents' house.
All right.
And we were hanging around. And we had our bartender. That's my dad right there.
Oh, I never met him.
Yeah, exactly. He's always great for a picture. He always makes some crazy face.
Aww.
That's me and my sister, who is a bartender.
Natalie, shout out.
Yeah.
We love you.
And that's me and my cousins. No, actually, my cousin Freddie. He's in every picture. And my little niece, Sophie. She's my niece? I don't even know.
You're hot.
There's Jeff. There he is.
He's a Pisces. We hung up the pictures.
we totally hung up the pictures together. And then there's my cousin Freddie with this kid in a bajorn. He carries it. I swear to God, he carries a kid. I'm so in awe of it. I love it.
I never saw that before, actually.
The bajorn? Yeah.
No, I never saw it.
Right.
I don't have kids.
So
I have nephews.
So wait.
Where's my Thanksgiving
I know.
pictures?
Come on. Where's Chrissy's? It's a turkey.
My
chick
poor
with the turkey.
sister slaved for hours over this turkey.
There it is.
God bless.
No, that's not me. That's me.
Where?
No, that's my Christmas card.
Oh my God, guys, there's Joseph again, hogging up the picture.
That's my decorating Christmas tree.
There's my sister.
Oh, there she is.
My beautiful sister Diana. Her first Thanksgiving turkey that she did. Look at that turkey. It looks amazing.
First of all,
there's my beautiful nephews, Ethan and Mason,
and my dad. Your dad.
Shout out to my dad, baby. And there's all of us at the table.
I love it.
Diana, look at the table, though. Isn't it beautiful?
It's totally beautiful.
I would never be able to decorate it like that.
I think she did a great job.
I know, she did.
That was just like a mishmash of pictures.
I know.
From what we've done.
And wait, what happened to my Jets pictures? I met Fitzpatrick.
No. There you go. All right, finally. Jets. Right, perfect. Yeah.
Fitzmagic. I loved him.
Nice. Okay, great.
And then me and DJ Chef got on with ESPN Radio, Larry Hardstein.
Pictures look great.
He was amazing, by the way. Such a nice guy. Really nice guy.
And then also there's some beach pictures because Jeff and I went to East Hampton, Maine Beach, which is the best beach ever.
Was it cold?
No, it was like literally super warm.
What?
We brought Pumpkin.
What's that?
You
brought a pumpkin?
Our dog.
Oh,
come on. Our kid.
Were you carving a pumpkin at the beach? What's going on, guys?
No, we brought Pumpkin, and we like literally had such a great
Pumpkin.
time.
She barks a lot.
He,
sorry about that. When I went to your house, I'm like, is this dog ever going to shut up? It's like my sister's Chihuahua, Grace. It doesn't shut up.
No, they're just
that's a nice picture.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys. All right. Where's my clock? I don't know what's going on.
All right, dude. So I'm in control right now because I know you can't.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So my tip of the day.
Yes.
You want to hear it?
I want to hear it. Let's go.
An amazing life takes effort. But seriously, isn't living an amazing life worth the effort?
Yes.
And then I did #lovelist because I love lists. Yeah.
And
our audience.
I'm sure Lana will go into that as well, our guest today. I'm sure she'll tell us about that.
So it's yeah.
My bestie of the week, I love
what?
this.
You didn't even talk about my quote.
I'm sorry.
The word. Well, let's talk about it.
All right, so how do we talk? All right, so what do I do?
An amazing life is worth the effort.
All right, so what do we got to do? We have to do a list? You've told me to do that before.
Yeah, no, our viewers haven't. Just because
you know. All right, so let's tell the viewers. Go ahead.
It's, you want to appreciate yourself, and you want to write a list. You want to write a list of what you appreciate about yourself.
Every day?
Every morning.
Every morning. All right.
And then what I do, because I'm in a relationship and I love it, I do a list about Jeff and how many things I love about him.
She's brown-nosing you because it's close to Christmas. She wants a little time. She wants a little...
I have plenty,
I'm just kidding. Jeff's a great kid.
No, but it's so true.
All right, so how many things do we write about ourselves?
10. At least.
10 things that we appreciate about ourselves.
Yeah, and that way it becomes the forefront of your mind, and that way you're like,
And you do it every day?
I spend an hour every day doing freaking lists.
She spends an hour, Natalie?
Hardcore, yeah, because I ain't fooling around. Let me tell you, once you live an amazing life and you're happy, to go back, you can't. It's like torture.
So you just write what you think that you're great at, like, oh, I'm lovable. Oh,
no,
I'm nice.
I write like what I appreciate, like things that I appreciate about myself.
Give us an example so people at home.
Like
know.
I love that I'm tall. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I love that I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm funny, I'm sarcastic, I'm witty. I can go on.
Congratulations, guys. All right.
I write it about Jeff.
You don't need any self-confidence there. All right. No, that's
all right, dude. Tell me about your
Most people don't do that. No, that is important. You taught me that, actually.
I know.
And I do that still every day to this day.
Yeah.
All right, my bestie of the week, since Christmas is around the corner. I love this, actually. My sister's probably going to want to buy it.
I do like it.
It's a great gift if you're in a relationship. So you and Jeff will probably want to do this, and Natalie and Frank. Or you could do it for your friend. Everybody's obsessed with Facebook, obviously. Everybody and their mother is on it. I just got hacked by Facebook, actually, before I got here.
We don't want to talk about that.
Maybe I'll make a book out of it, actually, by the hacker. So now you can make a story out of your life on Facebook. You can go to mysocialbook.com. So for couples, you would put your story together. So like you and Jeff. It puts your statuses, your comments, your photos. So it puts it all in a book. Did we put the picture up?
With the book, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so, and if you do it for friends, it lets you do up to 5 friends.
Oh, wow.
Which I think is cool. And then the book tells your common story together between you and your friends. And this is, I mean, when I saw this, I was like, this is amazing. Why didn't I think of this?
I love it. I want to do it.
Me too. Me too.
We say that about every bestie.
I know.
Every bestie is like, why didn't we think about this?
But really, I do really feel that way. You could pick out the picture of the cover of the book, which I love. So like you pick out the best picture of you and Joseph. And then you can put your love story in it. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not even expensive. I think it's like $40 for 100 pages.
$40?
40-something bucks for 100 pages.
That's like a bargain.
I know my sister's probably going to do it right now as soon
I want to totally do it.
I know.
Can you put text in there?
You could put, it takes everything. It takes your comments, your statuses, your photos.
Nice.
You pick everything that you want in it. It lets you, it takes you through a step-by-step process.
Perfect. Now you just ruined
So you go to mysocialbook.com.
Nice.
Great Christmas gift. I want one from somebody.
So, dude, who's our guest tonight?
Lana Schlafer. She's beautiful.
She's totally beautiful.
I know nobody can see her right now, but she's beautiful. And she's a life coach. She's going to teach us how to attract our mate and teach us how we need to have our self-love before we can attract our mate, which nobody knows how to do, I think.
No.
All my single friends, they don't.
No, they have no clue.
No clue. So she's going to teach us that in order to attract the perfect mate, you have to have self-love, which nobody knows how to do.
Love yourself first, and then you'll find the perfect partner.
Exactly. So when we come back from commercial break, we're going to have the beautiful Lana Schlafer here.
So we're going to commercial.
I can't wait.
Hello, ladies. It's what a dummy would say. Smart people use bear glove. Trees and sticks? No thanks. Get the respect you deserve with bear glove. And if you're not convinced, it's time to...
Be quiet, painting. We're playing chess. Checkmate, timber.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy Luxury.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. Are you on the ball list? You can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that?
Are you sick?
Are you well versed there? Are you very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit.
My shit's twisted.
Tell me something. Tell me something.
What do you have right there?
That's awesome.
Well,
that's a big.
That's nice.
You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
Sir. Hey, are you interested?
Twisted
or not?
talent.
yes, I am. Sure. See, you got twisted.
That's twisted. That's talent.
You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to during a commercial break punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right, give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is
Willie,
Willie.
where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it.
Can you repeat that question again?
And we're back! Yeah,
With the beautiful Lana Schlafer. She's a life coach and the creator of Get Full of Yourself membership. And she's going to take us through and teach us how to have self-love before we attract our ideal mate.
Yeah, nice.
Lana, welcome to the show. You look beautiful.
You look great.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And she's from California, all the way here with us from California.
We love it.
And I was looking at your website. I was so intrigued by you. You have such great energy, such positive energy. I watched all your videos. I'm like, oh my God, we got to have this woman on our show. You seem amazing. I wish we could have you here in person.
That would be awesome.
You have great style. We love your style.
So you do mention that in order to attract the right mate, because a lot of people out there are trying to attract the ideal mate, but in order to do that, you have to have self-love, which most people don't know how to do or don't even know that they have to do that. So how do we go about creating self-love in order to attract the right person?
Well, I love the quote that you guys shared about an amazing life takes effort. And instead of the word effort, which can have a heavy connotation of like struggle and, you know, sort of moving things uphill, I like to use the word focus.
Okay.
And any good relationship is going to take focus, consistency. When we talk about, you know, the doing the gratitude list or something like that, if it's rhetoric, if it's a philosophy, that doesn't do you any good. So self-love is a practice, and it's going to be an ever-evolving practice for the rest of your life. It's exciting that you will never reach a ceiling of how much you can feel self-acceptance, self-worth, feeling of deservedness and appreciation. And the reason that's so important is because all of life always mirrors back to you how you treat yourself and how you view yourself. We cannot look at life outside of our own eyes. We can't embody somebody else's perspective. We are born as us, and we are going to spend the whole entire lifetime with ourselves. And the fact that people focus so little time and energy on the one relationship that determines all other relationships is insanity. And so what I talk about is that there are deeper layers to self-love, and I really feel like it begins with just some sort of acceptance or making peace. Okay. Right? That's the first step, is to be able to look at your life and say, you know what? I've lived a lot of things. Some of them were amazing, and some of them were amazing lessons. And I'm okay the way I am, which is a big ask if you've come from a family that didn't have a lot of self-acceptance, if you were told you're wrong your whole life, if you've had a lot of self-judgment and inner criticism. But that's the work, right? The first step is to get to a place of, okay, I'm all right. I'm going to be all right. And a sense of, I got my own back. And not waiting to be saved by Prince Charming or some work or some money or something that would come in and somehow make it okay. Because that's always like the carrot that's in front of you. As soon as you get there, it's in front of you again. No amount of external confirmation or validation can fill your own void. And I've had my share of trying to fill that with relationships with other people, with successes in business and so on. And it's just never going to get you there. And so the quicker that you can realize that it's really about you fulfilling yourself, which is why I have the membership be Get Full of Yourself. It's not like a naughty way of walking around being all cocky and prideful. Right. It's recognizing that all the answers are within, and the only place that you can go to receive them is to really recognize that you've got that answer within. You've got that power within. And then it's about practice. And what I can offer is a few different ways that you can start, and then there are many more levels. And for most people to start with self-appreciation is virtually impossible because they mostly dislike themselves. Yeah. So I would say it would be to start with appreciating the simple things in life that they have, appreciating the coffee that you get to have, appreciating that your legs are working, appreciating that your eyes can see, appreciating that, I don't know, if you have kids, that you were able to give life to these children and all of these things. And eventually starting to build a little bit more appreciation to yourself directly. But also taking kind of a side door in is doing some general practices of meditation or anything that makes you feel good is really self-appreciation in my book. So Lana, follow what feels good to you.
Lana, quick question, because obviously self-love is super important. So can you explain why self-love is super important to attract the right mate?
Because you can only receive what you give to yourself. Mm-hmm. You could have the most amazing partner who adores you and cherishes you, but if you can't receive that love to your perspective, you're not going to see what they are giving as love. It could feel like pressure. It could feel like judgment. It could feel like some sort of uncomfortable vulnerability. So in other words, it's not about finding the perfect mate. It's about finding the perfect you and then working on a relationship with another perfect them. I always like to say that an ideal relationship is two wholes becoming holy. That's what has to work. And if you don't feel whole, nobody else can complete you. You know, that whole
that's Jerry Maguire shit,
somebody completing you.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have a lot of appreciation and joy for yourself in your life, the best kind of relationship is you come together to share that with someone. Doesn't mean that you can't also share your pain, but you're not codependent and looking for them to fix the things for you, which is how our typical romanticized relationship works, right?
Exactly.
Somebody comes and they solve all your problems and they make you feel super good and super beautiful and super sexy and take care of you, and it's like happily ever after.
Right, they're looking to them for validation.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, we have a society, right, based on external validation. And there's nothing wrong with, recognizing that we grow through relationships. And, of course, as human beings, we need the social interaction. We're built in and wired for that.
Right.
But if we're looking for a sense of self, a sense of identity, and a sense of self-fulfillment in others, we're going to be looking forever and never going to find a satisfying answer to that.
Wow.
So once you have a sense of, I'm all right, I'm pretty happy with myself, I can handle things, I got my own back. It doesn't have to be the kind of extreme narcissistic self-love maybe that some people could associate with it. Then when somebody else comes into your sphere, you can see, does it feel good how they treat me? If you treat yourself really well, anybody who doesn't treat you well is just going to be pushed out of your sphere. Why would I hang out with somebody who doesn't feel good to me? If you don't feel good with yourself, people who match how you feel about yourself, not good, are the ones that are going to be a match to you. So a lot of times people say, I'm in a shitty relationship, the guy doesn't respect me, I blah, 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 don't like to be in it. My answer will be, sure, you can leave this relationship, and maybe you will, and maybe you should, but if you don't fix the problem, wherever you go, there you are. If you don't resolve the initial emotional or mindset, vibrational energy, or whatever you want to call it, that created that situation in the first place, that you allowed somebody to treat you this way, then you're just going to go on to the next relationship and the next relationship, repeating all these patterns.
And that's what most people do, right? Because they're not consciously doing it, they're subconsciously doing it. They're not meaning to attract somebody who's a jerk or non-committal, selfish or whatever, but they keep attracting the same person, and they have a pattern that keeps going every time they attract that person. They're like, why do I keep attracting a selfish person or somebody who doesn't want commitment? And they're like, I don't understand. That's what I want, but why do I keep attracting it?
Right. So my answer back to someone who says, I keep attracting this, but I don't know why, is what part of you thinks that this is okay? Because if there was no part of you that welcomed this on some level, and by welcome I mean maybe you're just used to your parents treating you this way, and so you've had this pattern subconsciously for your whole life.
Okay.
And now how do you break out of the pattern? It does take a lot of deliberate refocusing. So that means that you're going to have to raise awareness around things that don't feel good. Most people are so numb to their own emotions. They can't even tell you what feels good or bad. They're so used to somebody else telling them what they should feel and what they should do. Right? So you have to become more aware. Awareness is a necessary step. That's why so many teachers teach meditation and stuff, right? Because awareness has to be there for you to have a choice. Otherwise, it's just unconscious habit.
Right.
Once you have awareness, it's not a habit. It's a choice. And then that's where you really got to own your choices. And that's hard for people to say. Are you telling me that I, in some way, co-created all of the experiences I had? That's a big, ballsy thing to own. Yeah. But it requires, you have to do that if you're going to feel in charge of your life. Otherwise, you're just a ping pong ball responding to this person, this circumstance, this, that, feeling like a victim, feeling disempowered.
Right.
To own that you have been co-creating this in some way, and to recognize that the patterns were in you so that you can shift them and create new patterns that you actually enjoy. That takes, that kind of ownership of yourself that most people are scared to do. And I get it. And for a long time, I was scared until it got so painful that I had to find a way.
So, Lana, quick question. So many people feel alone when they're not in a relationship. What do you suggest for them?
How little do you like yourself that you don't like spending time with yourself?
Mm-hmm. My sister used to say that to me.
Okay. Fair.
I mean, if you think that you are awesome and fun, which is really the work that we're talking about, then wherever you go, like I always have the saying, wherever I go, fun is.
Aww.
And so there we go. Wherever I go, fun is, and it finds me. And so by the time that I have a partner with me, I'm sharing the fun instead of looking for them to give it to me.
Right. No, that's true. And going back to what you just said, that you believe that we create our own life, right? But we have the ability to create what we want, whether it be a partner, a new job. So how does somebody go about then consciously or whatever we have to do to create what we really want in our life?
Yeah, so imagine a train going in a certain direction, and if you've lived life for a while, it's going pretty fast. So that would be you going in some direction that you didn't consciously start. It just had to do with where you were born and what you lived and things that you lived. You have to become aware, is the direction of the train that you're going on actually the direction you want to head? And most people will say, no, it's not. Before you can turn the train around and speed up in the direction you want, you have to slow the train down. Okay. That's the hardest part for most people, is that self-awareness and really slowing down their life so they can acknowledge why this serves me, why this doesn't serve me. There's a lot of self-inquiry and personal growth that has to happen. And then there are practices like gratitude lists and visioning and visualization that can speed up the train in the right direction. But most people try to change instantly and get really frustrated if they can't go from self-hatred to self-love in a week after some 7-day course that they did on Oprah. You know, I mean, it's better than nothing. Right. But I think acknowledging that this is a process and a journey, and even as, you know, much as I've been studying and teaching this, I have tons of things that come up in my life where I feel like, wow, I had no idea I still had this pattern. And sometimes in horror of, you know, something that I wasn't aware of. But now I know, okay, this happened so that I can go into deeper self-awareness, go into deeper self-acceptance, go into deeper self-love. And that's what I call taking these tombstones, taking these awful experiences and making them into stepping stones. And everything is intended to be a stepping stone. It's just that most people get so discouraged and are looking for some magic quick solution. Yes. And they're not looking for the practice. The practice is what actually allows you to, you know, there's a saying in yoga that enlightenment is accidental, but practicing yoga makes you prone to accidents. And that's what I feel like. Finding your ideal partner and your soulmate, you can't control that. Right. That's like a combination of destiny and your, you know, what you're doing and blah, blah, blah. Right. But what you can control is being really accident prone. And I'm accident prone to meeting amazing people in my life and creating amazing relationships. Not everything is perfect, nor is it intended to be. But it is all leading me further. And I feel the growth and I feel the momentum. And most importantly, I know that I'm heading in the train that I am on is heading in the right direction. And I know how to speed it up and I know how to slow it down if it's starting to go off track. That's what living deliberately is you are in charge. You're in the driver's seat of your life. You know how to use the gas and you know how to use the brakes. You can hug any curve and you can have an exhilarating ride.
But say somebody is trying and they've been trying for years to manifest the person or the job or whatever, and it's still not happening, so they're getting discouraged. What would you suggest they do at that point?
I feel like there needs to be a deeper level of self-understanding. That's what the invitation is. Okay. So if I want $1 million and I don't currently have $1 million, the first thing I do is I acknowledge to myself that if it's not here, that means I'm not ready for it at some level. Okay. And my next question is, how can I be ready? And then I go looking for those solutions. I go looking for those answers. And those are the times when I might read a lot of books and talk to a lot of people and work with healers and invest in myself in some way.
Okay.
Right? But I feel like it's asking those questions is how can I be ready for that instead of it's not here yet, it's frustrating, I hate my life, I hate myself. It's not here yet. It's like repeat cycle, right? That's like catch 22.
Yeah.
Versus my life is getting better and better. I see little signs every day. I haven't made $1 million yet, but I see that there's more abundance flowing in. Or if you're looking for a mate, recognizing that more and more awesome people are coming into your life, period. Saying, wow, I see the quality of my life improving. I see how much better I feel in my life. I know that when I do meet this person, it's going to be so much richer and more satisfying and more amazing. Looking forward to it instead of complaining that it's not here yet.
Okay. So it's appreciating what you have now.
You know, Abraham Hicks, the teachers of the law of attraction.
We love them. Yeah, we love them.
Hicks, hello, yeah.
They talk about that the best place to be is twofold, and both part of the equations are equally important. And I feel like the art is actually balancing the equation. The first part is appreciating where you are. The second part is being eager for more. If you're appreciating where you are, but aren't eager for more, that's what people call complacency or just boredom. You know, you're just not looking forward to anything.
Right.
And if you're so eager for more that you cannot appreciate anything you've lived or where you are, you're just looking forward and not present, then you're missing that balance either way. So the best place to be is to say, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty awesome. Life is flowing. I've lived amazing things. I've done incredible things. Reminding yourself of that frequently. Think about where you were 10 years ago and the things that you're living now and how impossible that seemed, and say, yeah, and I guess if I fast forward to 10 years, I'm probably going to be in an even more amazing place. So now you're looking forward and you're eager for what's coming. And to be able to support both of those tendencies in life is like what I help people with. And the Get Full of Yourself membership really teaches them how to balance that equation. You have to appreciate where you are and then be excited about where you're going, but not so much that you are frustrated about where you are.
And that's where people get stuck.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, Lana, and then we're going to be back with you. You're going to help us. Give us some tips and exercises of what we can do to manifest our mate.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Legends TV presents Vaudeville Review in the 21st Century, December 5th, 2015 at Theater 294 Route 109 in Farmingdale, New York. Easily accessible by mass transit, Long Island Railroad, all major highways, the N72 Babylon bus right outside the door. Featuring hip-hop, R&B, magic, rock, comedy, poetry, pro wrestling celebrities, and much, much more. Starring R&B pop singer, songwriter Roger Ortega and hip-hop great So Soon. Also appearing ukulele rocker Lloyd Gold, rocker Kareen Ulano, Firestone, comedy greats Sherwin XL and Brenda Lawson, magician the amazing Louie, poet John Winnell, our house band Alpha and Walter Halverson, mixing blues, rock, and hip-hop in a multi-genre mashup as they perform a great set while serving as our house band. And pro wrestling fans don't miss Rage and Vinny the Guido. Find us on Facebook, Legends TV, Evan Ginsberg, Steve Ludwig, and folks, you missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Legends TV's Vaudeville Review in the 21st Century, December 5th at Theater 294 Route 109, Farmingdale, New York. Be there. All tickets only $20, available at the door, Theater 294 on Facebook.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners. Stretching.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits.
Kennel Ration introduces Kibbles and Bits, a brand new idea. It's 2 new dog foods in 1. Kibbles, a new crunchy, meaty tasting dry, and Bits, a new chewy burger-style food. He'll crunch it, chomp it, absolutely devour it. Kibbles and Bits, 2 great new dog foods in 1.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me more kibbles and bits.
We're back with the beautiful Lana. Lana Schlafer, life coach and creator of Get Full of Yourself membership. You better buy it. Totally. I loved it. I watched her videos. She's amazing. She has great energy, and she is so knowledgeable. Really, no, she's amazing. Lana, now, we were talking about you have to accept yourself, forgive your past relationships, or forgive yourself. I know you didn't want to go too much deep into that for people out there who are new to this stuff, but let's touch a little bit upon that because I really do feel that that is important to talk about.
Yeah, so, you know, I use the word acceptance because that tends to be a little gentler than the word forgiveness.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in grad school, an amazing professor said that acknowledgement does not equal agreement.
Okay.
So to acknowledge something, to say, this was painful, or I would not choose that again. Yeah. Meaning, like, I fucked up, but say, it's okay. That doesn't mean that you need to agree with it or do it again or condone it. But that deep layer of saying, this is what really happened. This is how it really felt. And you really can't skip over that. And this is the part that most people want to skip over. It's called spiritual bypass, if you want a term for it. Oh. Where you just kind of want to move over all the painful stuff and just stay with the glitter and unicorn, you know? and that's not the full, you know, Zorba the Greek called it the full catastrophe. That's not the full cycle. And you really need the full cycle to manifest what you want. So to be able to do, and usually this is easier in the presence of someone else, you know, working with a group of people or with a coach or a therapist, because it is so deeply terrifying, scary, and painful to go into your own pain. Yeah. You really do need someone's hand. And, you know, that's why I've created a membership where there's a community and we're doing it together. And I'm having monthly calls because I feel like I've got to hold the space for that. Aww. But once you go into these feelings and you basically say, all right, there's great parts about me and there's parts of me that I freaking hate. Yeah. And they terrify me. And they've brought me pain and they've brought other people pain. Can I still love myself and accept myself even with them? And the thing that, I guess, the great wisdom of all religions is that love heals. And when you can love those unlovable parts, that's when you really step into greater self-love. When you can, you know, my children, I have twins, 5-year-old twins. You know, when they are yelling and screaming and I get most irritated and most short-tempered and want to scream at them when I'm yelling and screaming inside, but I'm not allowing myself to express it. And then here are these little pipsqueaks, and they get to do it, and they get to receive love for it. And what the hell? I didn't receive love for it. But when I can acknowledge that when I love those parts that feel unlovable, when I can sit with my kids and say, I know you're super frustrated and you're saying hurtful things, but I know you're hurt, and so I can love you. You don't feel lovable. If you can do that with yourself, whew, the sky's the limit. Then no partner who cannot love you can come into your experience. Wow. That's just not going to be a part of your existence. You're just going to dismiss those people as flakes or douches or whatever.
I love Lana. She is my favorite word, douche. That's my favorite word. Lana's amazing. I knew I loved her. No, but that's important to know. Like, most people don't love themselves enough to reject the people that aren't.
Right. So, Lana, I know that, you know, based on your website, you have some exercises to fill up on love. So what do you suggest?
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, some form of meditation, or I use a broader term of centering, or something that that allows you to not be so in your head. And for some people, it could be direct meditation, you know, whether it's guided or unguided. For some people, it's just uncomfortable and doesn't sound like fun. All right, then go do some yoga. Go do some dance. Put on music that you love, but give yourself the time to not be so in your head, and instead more in your body, more in your heart, more in some way feeling like your actual sensations in your body and your emotions, right? Because we wake up and we just go from one thing to another, and it just, the day just cycles, and people don't pause. So finding some way to pause, whatever that means. Some people like to sit and have their coffee outside. By all means, go outside and look at the sky and appreciate the birds. If you like doing bird watch, it doesn't really matter.
Or drink Tito's, Lana.
There you go. You can have a nice glass of wine and appreciate it, but I think the key is to really be present, and that's what all these practices seek to do. The second one is some sort of practice of appreciation or gratitude. And like I said, start small. Start anywhere you can. Like literally lowest hanging fruit. Appreciate whatever you can in your life. And if you can do it deliberately and consistently, if you can have a journal where you write it down every day or every few days, if you are more apt to doing it spoken, what I call spoken visioning, is I got in the habit of one of my friends. Every morning we call each other, we say what we want to feel that day, and we say what we're grateful for. We would leave each other messages back and forth. It was easier than, you know, especially with kids and everything, than writing it down or having a meditation. So find a way to have gratitude in your life in some way, and get creative about it. Some people love to do like drawings, you know, where they're showing their gratitude, or write little love notes to people they love. Do whatever pleases you when you feel appreciation. I think the third step is the more advanced, if you will, but that's some sort of visioning, which would require for you to actually carve out some time to say, what do I want and what would it feel like? And that could mean closing your eyes and saying, when have I felt the best I've ever felt in my life? And what would it feel like to feel that in a partnership? Start daydreaming. You know, I say most people are nightmaring. They're thinking of the worst scenarios, of the worst possibilities, and lo and behold, they end up manifesting that. Give yourself permission to daydream and vision. Some people like to write it out. Instead of focusing on the details and specific, my partner is 6'2", brown eyes, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? By the time you're madly in love with this person and you're having this wild love affair and pleasure is coursing through your body, you're not going to give a damn whether their eyes are brown or blue, whether they have 100,000 in their account or a million, with whatever, right? Those are details. So how do you want to feel? And so having a practice of spaciousness and presence, focusing on appreciation, and then turning your attention to what it would feel like to be living some variation of what you want, and giving yourself permission to talk about it with others, which isn't done enough. Instead of complaining with your girlfriend about, you know, you could call and say, my God, my husband's so annoying. He did such and such. And then immediately say, what do I want? Oh, I can't wait to be in a relationship where I feel like this and like this and like this and like this. Turn it around immediately, so that you can actually tune into that vision and then create the bridge of where you want to go. You've got to create that bridge, and life will take you there little by little, practice by practice, but you've got to show up every day in some way.
But how do you get into that feeling place, say if it's been years or it's been a long time that you've been trying to manifest this thing that you really, really want, whether it be a partner, a job, whatever it is?
So I like to think of it as templates that we have in different areas of your life. So most people have some area of their life that they're really successful in, that they feel really good about. Maybe you're really good looking and your body feels really good, but like your finances and your career and your relationships are not as great. Maybe you feel amazing about your career, but other areas. I like to have people think about the way that they feel best in those areas, and then look back and say, what do I believe in that area of life to feel that good? Most people, if you say, you know, let's say they have a great career, but they don't have any luck in relationships, right? They will tell you, when I go into work, I'm just so excited. I look at every challenge as an opportunity. You know, I've had my ups and downs, and I learned so much, and I love the people I work with, and even people I don't love, I love to make them love me, and da-da-da. And then you ask them, how do you feel in a relationship? Well, if they do one thing wrong, I just don't like them, and I constantly feel disappointed, and I don't feel good enough, and I don't find... So it's like, look at the mindset. And the mindset is what created those situations, right? And so how can you transpose the mindset that you actually like in the area of your life that is working to the area that isn't working? And so it does a lot of times taken away a focus from your problem areas. Like if you daydream about your career and how good you feel, and then just as an afterthought say, wouldn't it be awesome if I felt this good in a relationship? Right? So if it's triggering you and all you can think are bad things about relationships, it's better to take your focus completely off that area and into an area that actually is working, because the tide lifts all boats. Don't try to lift every individual boat. That's exhausting. Lift the whole tide. All boats will be lifted. All areas of life will be improved.
Really? Oh my God.
That's when it gets fun.
You just helped all of America.
That's when you realize that, you know, I feel like now I am in my life where even if things get bad, they just never get bad enough, because I feel like my tide is so high. Like nothing takes me out, you know, not for more than a few minutes or a few hours. And I look back to where I was 15 years ago, months, years of depression, and I just think, wow, like that's where I want to be. I want to be so supported by the tide that anything that comes up, I can really just rise to that level.
And most people are stuck in what they're seeing in reality now, what they're seeing in front of them, right? So that's why...
Yeah, so it's constantly, you know, stimulus response. You're like a Pavlovian dog. You're just seeing something, and then if you believe that life isn't good, and then you see evidence of it, see, I told you, life isn't good. It's just a constant self-fulfilling prophecy. It does take some ingenuity and some creativity and some daring to say, I wonder if it can be better. I want to see. I want to show up every day and see, how can it be better? That's a totally different attitude than the defeated, like, I'm just going to live the same thing, like Groundhog's Day, and just, I got to accept it and feel defeated.
I have bad luck. A dark cloud's following me.
Yeah, and you know,
Nothing
I think
works out
it's funny because then people start to call you lucky, and they just think it came so easy to you. And we don't have time to get into my story, but I did not come with a silver spoon in my mouth. I've lived, you know, I was born in Russia. I came here when I was 12. I was an immigrant. I had to work for everything I had. I, you know, didn't come from relationships that were super functional. I had to figure all this out on my own. And I feel like when people say like Oprah or Tony Robbins or anyone, they say, if I can do it, you can do it. I feel that. Like, if I can do it, anyone can do it. But it does take that daring. You really have to grow some balls or whatever and say, I dare to live a better life than anyone in my life has ever lived, than any of the things that I've learned. I dare. And I feel like if you dare, you will find it. You know, seekers are finders. If you keep seeking, you're going to find it. So just keep showing up.
All right, I love that, Lana. We're going to take a quick break again, then we're going to come back. We're going to wrap things up, and you're going to help us figure out what we do to really love ourselves to attract our ideal mate.
Yeah.
You've already helped us so much so far. Thank you, Lana.
Yeah.
You've helped me.
I think this is a good time to tell you. You're doing okay, Mom. I can call you Mom, right? I know we haven't known each other very long, but you seem like a real keeper. You're not perfect. There was that strained carrots incident, but you're trying. You pick up my bottle every time I toss it out of my stroller. That's high comedy to an 8-month-old. You hum the Barber of Seville when you wash my hair. So cool. And your rub-downs are out of this world. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. You know, right? How much I love you? You're doing okay, Mom.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhouse TV, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhouse TV. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Why do cats stare when you're pouring milk? It's like they know it's only a matter of time. Time. The only thing between them and opposable thumbs. Imagine that. Cats with thumbs. And what if they got together? Gangs of cats with thumbs. An organized army with one thing on their mind. Cravendale. Well, jog on, kitties.
We're back with the beautiful Lana Schlafer. LanaSchlafer.com, right? That's your website?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for saying my name correctly, because most people don't.
Oh, thank you.
Aww.
You better purchase the Get Full of Yourself membership. It's amazing. She's amazing. So get on there right now. Lana, now we talked a lot about how to attract the right person, how to get self-love. My biggest thing, which I think a lot of people struggle with, is how to get into alignment to attract the right person.
Alignment is the same thing as self-love, really. I mean,
Okay.
all of these words start to blur into each other.
Okay.
Self-acceptance, self-love, alignment. You can just call it feeling good.
Okay, I like that.
Do you generally feel good?
I like that.
And if the answer is no, then your work is to generally feel good. How can I make my life better? What needs to shift so that I generally feel good? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to somehow have it all figured out. But you have to be in a general vicinity of feeling good if you want to attract a partner who generally feels good. Otherwise, you attract a bunch of ogres.
Ogre!
I like that.
I love it.
And you do some exercises. I read on your website in the morning, when you first wake up, what are some things that we should be doing in order to get ourselves in the right mindset?
The things I mentioned earlier is what I really build my practice around. In the Get Full of Yourself membership, I literally take you through all of the building steps. And I call it my alignment practice just because that's what it is. I take up time to actually set the tone for my life because I know that life will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I want to self-fulfill the prophecy I want, not some default prophecy. So the three things that I do are the three things I mentioned. I do some sort of centering practice, I do some sort of gratitude practice, and I do some sort of visioning practice. And they become very evolved. You can get very specific and intricate, and it gets really fun. The practice of masterminding is kind of the ninja level of doing that with other people. But it's really not complicated to start. It literally can be you spending 3 minutes breathing or listening to a song you like to get in a generally good place, focusing on some sort of gratitude or appreciation, and then writing out or talking about or imagining in your mind what it would be like to have an amazing day that day, or remembering the best day you've had, or remembering the amazing successes you've had, or thinking about how your friends are having successes and giving yourself credit, because if they're your friends and that's coming into your orbit, you're in that vicinity. So there's a million ways you could do it, but those are the general practices. But I think the most important step and the most necessary step that is the hardest is to give yourself permission to actually feel good. Most people are so used to not feeling good that they'll say, I don't have time for meditation.
Right.
I don't have time for this. I'm like,
I don't have time not
to.
No, that's true. Most people don't take the time to do it or don't know how to do it.
I feel like the how will come if you start in some way.
Okay. Yep.
There's just so many resources. You literally have every resource under your fingertips on YouTube and on the web. If you want to learn more about meditation, more about visualization, I have tons of visualizations for sale as well. You know, there's a ton of things that you can get, but you have to first say, this matters. This matters. Like, my well-being matters. I'm not willing to be anti-bored until I die. I'm not willing to just kind of like
bored. We love that. Oh, that's
just be
perfect.
like, okay, I guess this is my lot. I guess I just have to struggle. I mean, that's kind of what my parents and the whole Russian mentality is like.
Yeah.
You're just gonna struggle through life. You might as well accept like all of the awful things. And you know, that might have been their truth, but I realized that I don't want to continue this family lore and lead my kids into a life where they feel like life is not for them, it is against them, and they have to fight to death to win at life.
So Lana, where do we find you?
You can find everything about me literally on www.lanaschlafer.com, and you can connect. I'm very active on social media, especially Facebook and YouTube. I have a ton of videos. If anything piqued your interest, chances are I've gone deeper into it. You can shoot me an email. I'd love to connect with some of your listeners. And definitely my Get Full of Yourself membership is a monthly program where I take you step by step into everything I just talked about and make it really easy for you.
And Lana, are you still doing that where you marry yourself? I saw that on your website. Where you do that?
I do. That's actually part of the Get Full of Yourself membership. I do an hour-long ceremony where you get to marry the higher part of you.
I love this.
And you recognize, and I actually recommend you get a ring and everything. You can read my story about it, how that led me to manifest my husband. I married myself, and then I could marry someone else, and still recognize that my primary relationship is with myself, and that's who I've got to please and take care of.
When's the next ceremony that you're doing? I'm doing it.
I do it every year on February 14th.
I'm doing it, guys.
If you sign up on my list, I will lead it for you.
Lana, you better put me on the list.
Sign up for my emails at lanaschlafer.com and you'll be on the list. We get more and more people every year. It's amazing. I get photos. Oh my God, I have so many manifestation stories that people manifest their mate after the ceremony.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, we believe it.
Lana, I'm on there. I'm doing it.
Thank you so much.
Lana, you were amazing. You're beautiful. You're positive. I want you back on the show. You were amazing.
I would love to be back.
Thank you for all your awesome advice. I'm sure you helped everybody out there tonight, right?
Yep, absolutely.
She's helped me.
Totally.
I've been researching her for months now.
Yeah.
I love you,
Happy
Lana.
Friday
You're
night,
amazing. LanaSchlaver.com.
Peace out.
Yes.